Odin versus Odin on Anatolia. God, this is interesting. Alright, spawning in the red colour, playing as Odin, just like his opponent is. His name, the one, the only, the legend, the Army Corps. See what I did there? See what I did? Yeah, I did that. His opponent today, going to be Velite, spawning in the blue colour, also playing Odin. And just a quick note about what just happened then. Army Corps did in fact produce 2 Elf Sarks. What he's going to try and do here is he's going to try and send this Elf Sark down to harass, but luckily for Velite he has sent the Elf Sark in the other direction. He also hasn't built his own second Elf Sark, so this is going to set Army Corps a little bit behind economically. Actually, interestingly enough, he's definitely going to be trying to harass. But obviously he doesn't know where it is. His map hacks are not turned on. He does not use them. At least I don't think he does. And the Elves are going to be simply building his dock over here. And what this is going to allow Army Corps to do is probably going to be able to produce a second dock. No, probably not. He's going to be moving up here and trying to find what's going on. He's going to know that BoIt hasn't built another dock over on this side, which means that he's going to try and fish up this entire side and probably just swap. Seeing as behind on economy because he built the Ulfsuck first off, means he's going to need to get that extra economy coming in from using his scouting information, knowing what's going on, so that he can then just take over this side and just, well, as you know, knowing stuff is good. If you know what's going on the map, then you can get away with things. And if you can get away with things, you can just take risks and whatnot. Army Corps knows that Velite's not on this side of the map, so he can build another dock over here and then spam all over that. Alternatively, he can also build a dock over this side because he knows Velite's over this side, and then cut fish off. But obviously, whatever way it's the best is a decision, and obviously Army Corps is a great decision maker, and we'll see what he manages to do. He has spotted the old Sark of Velite and did manage to grab that goat. Looks like Velite's going to be coming over here. Army Corps did place that house relatively well. I would have liked, I know he didn't scout it, I don't think he scouted this, but if he's put his house around about like a little bit across, then he would have had line of sight and able to see if Velite sent an Ulf Sark over this way, and then he would have been able to harass that Ulf Sark, prevent him from docking up on this side. Build order wise, I have no idea what's going on because I wasn't really watching it, but it does look like Army Corps is probably going to be advancing a little faster than normal, whereas actually both players are going to be advancing fairly fast. Elite's going to have the more fishing ships, however he's going to be probably he's going to be fine because Army Corps did actually produce that second offside. Fishing ships up for both players. Obviously they are AQing them as much as they can, just making sure they don't get house block temple in the middle of the map. Be interesting to see if Army Corps decides to rush on this. There are not 2 forward gold mines, there's 1 back and 1 forward, and this one's actually in quite a good defensive position. However, Forest Fire will be able to let him push through it, but if he is choosing to rush, he'll rather want to go Heimdall in order to get those iron jars out. Alternatively, he could just wall off this location, and then have map control for the rest of the game, and then throw up some towers to prevent Velite from pushing out. It doesn't look like Velite's going to be advanced yet. He is probably looking to get up. There you go, he's going through Heimdall. It's an interesting choice. I don't know how much I like it. If you're going to be going for the water, you're going to want Freya in order to harass and in order to forest fire on their wood, and then you're going to be able to spam out more fishing, more ships than your opponent. Army Corps, on the other hand, going to be advancing through as soon as possible. Has he forgotten to advance? There you go. He's going through Heimdall as well. So maybe this is standard and I just don't know anything. But we'll see exactly what Army Corps just do. He's just throwing down that second dock, as well as Velite is throwing down his second dock. So both players are going to be probably still spamming out fishing ships. Army Corps doesn't have... Actually, interesting. He chose to move his villagers over onto wood just for a short while, maybe just to get some bonus wood so he could throw down the dock or an upgrade or two. He currently has no upgrades and his opponent has a hand axe. I'd really like to see Army Corps grabbing his own upgrades, but it looks like he's going unupgraded. The Ravens are out. They're going to spot that this temple's here. The Ironager is also probably going to be able to do some damage as well. An Army Corps is pausing the game. I don't know why. So we sit back and we relax while nothing is going on. Looks like Velite is actually producing docks over on this side of the map. He's just going to use them to scout. Hopefully he doesn't produce any more than one. Army Corps does have his Iron Jar. He's probably just going to try and harass with it. It'll probably be a bad idea, especially because of the Longhouse and Herser and Owner Iron Jar Elite. But it does look like he's going to move it in. He's probably just going to move it in, blow his horn, and then run out if he does choose to. But no, Army Corps now going to be trying to take in for this middle position. He probably still has no upgrades, which is a wrong decision. He really needs to grab them. Maybe he just didn't have the resources to do so. Going to move his villagers back onto the wood in order to produce more longhouses. He needs to at least pump out 3, if not 4, with that extra economy from the water. He can probably support 4 longhouses as opposed to the standard 3 on land maps. I've even seen as many as 5 at the 7-minute 6:30 mark, or if you fished up the entire water by then. And it doesn't look like Army Corps is still producing. Oh, he's still producing fishing ships. So that's going to probably get him an economic edge with more stuff. Actually, no. Velite is also producing fishing ships. And there goes the wall. That's a smart wall. It's going to allow Army Corps to kind of maintain this position he's got. Seeing as he's a little bit behind on the military, he's going to need this wall. Especially because he's only got the 2 longhouses up. And I think Velite, if he knew what was going on, he doesn't have vision like he should have. He has the ravens. He probably should have just left 1 raven flying above here and seeing how many units are here. If he knew, he probably could have pushed in there and then actually won the game, or at least won this forward position right there. But obviously it's not actually what's going on. A couple more longhouses getting thrown down. That's the 3rd one for both players. Army Corps producing raiding cavalry, throwing axemen where it is. Also what Velite's doing is the same. Yay. Yay for same. When we attacking this wall now, it's probably going to stand fine. There's not much that... Holy fuck, Spider-Man! Army Corps now pushing through, Velite now pushing through. He has a lot of throwing axemen. Now the counter throwing axemen in this matchup is definitely raiding cavalry. They've got a bonus versus them and they really can do a lot of damage. Also, if they do get targeted by throwing axemen, you can move the one which is getting targeted back and forth and the throwing axemen do in fact miss. Really nice micro tricks when you can actually pull it off. There might be lag though, so it might not be able to happen. Bit of a poor choice of use of... He didn't even kill the throwing axe and he sort of just lost his raiding cavalry there. This is a pretty bad bottleneck for Army Corps to be fighting in. The throwing axemen can just go to town really. And now Army Corps is going to have to probably retreat because really Velite has too many units for him. He is however producing a lot of units from 3 to 4 different spots, whereas Velite's only producing from 3. He's actually producing an Iron Jar though, which is going to give him an edge as well because obviously Iron Jars are very powerful. But he doesn't have any houses at the moment. He really needs to throw up some more houses. He's housed. House there, it's not going up. I wonder how long it's going to take him to turn. And there's the house going down. Also going to finish off that house. It looks like he's sending that throwing axeman over there. Army Corps on the other hand staying on top of population blocks, and he might be able to get back if he doesn't manage to do that. However, everything being produced at once, the Iron Jar popping out and the entire queued up line of whatever he had then doing whatever they can. That was some really, really nice micro then by Velite. If you saw what he did, he threw the axe and he ran back while Army Corps was throwing the axe. That means his axe is missed, and then he threw the axe again and killed the Hersa. So some interesting use of guesswork sort of stuff. If you can get it right, it's always great. Second Iron Jar for Army Corps being popped out. He doesn't have the favor for that 3rd one, so he's going to have to produce some more longhouses. That gold mine is actually really bad because of the berry bushes. So even if he does manage to get that, it's not exactly a massive win for him. He's still gonna need a better gold mine, or at least to sort of funnel out them berry bushes. Um, Velite really not utilizing his military advantage to the best of his ability. Killing buildings isn't the best way to do anything, but Amikor has split up his army into two groups, so it's going to allow him to create a concave and probably deal more damage. Amikor now does have that medium throwing axeman upgrade. It does give you a fair bit of hack damage and hit points. Um, I wouldn't say it's the best upgrade to be spending your resources on. It's always better to get raiding cavalry, medium cavalry, if you have a lot of them, but it looks like he's primarily based in the throwing axemen, especially because of all the Ulfsarks, which Velite does have. And now Velite will be grabbing this town center in order to boom a little bit. Army Corps is a little bit behind, so he might not be able to grab anything. However, he does have map control, so that does open up the option for him to simply go straight to 4 town center booming and then an early Ragnarok or something like that, which Velite won't be able to defend against. But does it look like... Oh, wait, interesting. Army Corps chose to go to the heroic age rather than grabbing town centers. Not a bad choice. I actually prefer this. This really allows you to get the hill fort out, get the myth units from the heroic age, which are incredibly strong. But the question is, will he be able to get this town center up before the light gets there to prevent him? It does look like it's going to be enough. He is going to spot it as well. He does have the Raven flying overhead, and then Armicor's going to have to retreat out of that. He has bought him himself enough time, and what's going to happen is the town center's going to up, he's going to have to retreat, and these longhouses might fall, but a surround might be incoming. This could be massive. With Scouty, if he doesn't really need to hit a frost. And the raiding cavalry are going to have to... he is hitting the frost, so he's going to be able to throw down... I really hope he does throw down the hill fort, and maybe even wall it in. So if he uses the Herso to wall it in while throwing down a hill fort, that would be pretty gnarly. However, there is a way to escape over that way. I don't actually understand what he's doing. Does he have enough firepower to take out this town center? I don't know if he does. He's going to throw down a hill fort and grab another house. Does he actually have enough to take this down in 20 seconds that he's got? I'm Velite going for a little bit of a side build over here, doing what he can. Oh, he has Undermine. That will surely go down in 15 seconds that this is going to be frosted. I don't know if this hill fort's going to get up in time, though. It might. And then yeah, that'll be enough to sort of sandwich the army in. This is a ridiculously smart move by Army Corps. I have no idea how we concocted this idea. And oh, Violet Light's hanging around. That's not going to be a good thing. Army Corps now having the heavy throwing axemen as well as this hill fort's going to be up, and he's going to have all these units just to counter. He can probably garrison these ones in and pop them back over the other side. That hill fort is up, going to prevent anything from him. He can not block them in. Would have been awesome if you blocked them in over there with a longhouse or something. And a bunch of units now falling for Army Corps. Velite now coming in, going to try and take out this hill fort. He does have Undermine for himself, and I was interested why he didn't actually use that onto the hill fort. Actually, you know, he hasn't used Undermine at all. I would have loved to see Undermine used on the hill fort before it went up. That would have prevented this predicament from happening. However, the light's still a little bit ahead. He has got a long boat down, and he is harassing Army Corps C. This is a really nice side build for him. Going to keep him in the game, keeping his economic damage that just happened from that town center being taken. Army Corps now grabbing that third town center, going to be able to boom a little bit harder. He actually isn't producing villages out of this town center, which is definitely a mistake. I do not like that one bit. Army Corps now going to have to retreat out of this location because there's no way... Or actually, he might be able to survive. I don't know. He does have the upgrade advantage with those uh, medium upgrades, but he doesn't have any armory upgrades. And it does look like Velite's army has melted. Oops, let's close that. And that's going to mean that Army Corps going to have, Velite's going to have to retreat out of there. Though this town center is going to go up, the story is that Army Corps does have the town center advantage. However, he has lost out big on these fishing ships, so he's going to have to start producing villagers onto food. He's going through Balder as well. I don't think he's going to do a ridiculously early rag. He probably doesn't have enough villagers for that, considering he hasn't been producing villagers on every single town center. Which is very disappointing. He has started killing villagers out of that town center, and he's going to start as soon as that one's finished. He's going to be grabbing this town center as well. It's going to mean that at some point, probably around the 20-minute mark, there's going to be a massive rag incoming, and not much that Velite can do to stop it. Alternatively, he can use the rag just to gold starve, considering there's only 300 gold left, and this location is by no means like able to be secured. Especially, this is probably the only gold mine which is going to be safe for Velite. If he can sort of sneak that gold mine, then that'll be okay, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Velite now producing a temple. Actually, I take everything back. He probably should have gone through tier at this point. I think that's a bad decision by him. If he went through tier, then he would have been able to really destroy Velite's economy ridiculously well. Army Corps now going to be doing a little bit of a raid with these raiding cavalry. There's these villagers completely out, and he has spotted them with the Raven, so he's going to hit them while doing a side attack over here. It's going to distract Velite enough that at least raid. Come on, raid. What's wrong with you? You're a terrible person, Army Corps. You're making me a liar. Velite now can't be happy about that. He just saw Balder being researched, and as you can see, he's son of a bitch. It's not like that one bit. Army Court, though he's not producing villagers out of every single town center, I don't understand this. Just chooses to GG out. Because he has no gold, he's not going to be able to come out. Wow. So really what happened here, Army Corps just kind of got the advantage with just smart play. I think choosing to go to the heroic age before the town center was great. I think that's what really dictated this game. The decision making decided to go Skadi before Town Center, whereas Velite tried to go Town Center before Skadi. So it's interesting to say that maybe going Heroic Age is better than grabbing the Town Center. Who knows?